record. Wonderful. Okay, you guys, it is the 9th of December. Merry Christmas. I always tell everybody your funny host is on vacation tonight. Technically, she is with Andy, and they're doing one of their event, something they had very important. Don't know exactly what it was. So I get to be your fun host, but I know it'll be a lot different, but I hope you'll stick with me. And it's always hard when Mama is not here. Hi, welcome. And I think we're going to start off by having Miss Amy Paw, Star Consultant. How many times is a Star Consultant, my friend?
47, maybe? I think that's what it is. It's 40 something.
40. I love it. I love it. Well, Miss Amy is going to mute all except for Amy. 1 second. I will give Miss Amy back. Everybody's moving around so quickly with our new people chiming in. And I'm going to unmute Miss Amy. And Amy, take it away. You're going to start us off with our announcements for the week.
Awesome. Well, we are doing our weekly challenges again this month and our monthly challenges. And so the first thing that we're going to be concentrating in is our MK Bucks. Make sure you get that filled out. And then I think we're actually supposed to submit, I believe, potentially by the 23rd of December. Is that correct, Andrea? Normally it's January 6th.
No, we are going to have a meeting. I'll go over the dates there, but the 29th will be the deadline.
Okay, so I know it changed just a little bit because of December being with Christmas.
Yes.
So normally it's January 6th, but we need to have this filled out with all of our MK Bucks for our auction. And then we have our star bars as well that we're still working on for the month of December. So fill that in so you can get all your little sparkly star bars. I had that on at a meeting this week, and the girls couldn't keep their eyes off of it, so they kept looking at it. So I said, you know, you can get a little extra bling in Mary Kay. So you can earn those stars by doing 5 of the marketing shares to earn a star with a director. For every team member that you sign, you can earn a star. And also a star for every level of consultant that you do, whether it's 1800, 24, you get 2, diamond, you get 3, etc. And also we're doing the Peek into Pink, so you can offer a potential team member a lipstick at half price just for listening to the call and answering those 3 questions and forwarding that to your director, whether it's Joe or Andrea, and allowing them to thank her for that call as well. Also, this is our opportunity to share our sphere of influence with our friends and family and share the amazing opportunity that the company has. You can think about potentially who you might know that might need more flexibility, more time with their family. Maybe they have extra bills, you know, who needs a life change and maybe is dissatisfied with their current work situation. Remember, it's no pressure. It's just a share. It's not trying to sell them or get them to buy anything. Also, remember, this is a great time as well to have them share team prospects, because if they come in, they can share their first 3 for $75 only with the starter kit if they do come in. Is that still correct?
Yes, only until December 31st.
Okay, so you were looking at me like, so I could read between the lines. So there it is, girls. I miss anything?
I don't think so. You just jogged my memory. I wanted to pull up something that I left you guys for a second because I wanted to pull up one of the beautiful things about having Amy, and she's getting so dang good, Amy. Like, I can't wait for the seminar stage. You're ready. You're ready to take it over. And I want you guys to all know, if you're able to physically get together and get our cooties and, you know, just like rub shoulders and shoulders or hug, and like when Sarah comes over, it is like true, and Dee, she's on the call tonight, it is like true power, because energy is, it's molecular. singular, and it really does make a difference. But the next best thing would be our Zoom call, because you need to tap in, you need to plug into the pink power source. And Amy is definitely taking that position, but I want you guys to take those opportunities to practice, to become so confident that the stage initially is your skincare party, then it grows to being a speaker at the meetings and being so confident that you now see yourself as a difference maker for other people. And I'm going to mute everybody now. Sorry, Amy, I'm going to mute you now, because I have all these different thoughts, and y'all, okay, here's the deal. You know, Joanna, you're going to sit there and pee in your pants and laugh, and you got to cover your kids' ears because you sometimes don't know what might come out of her mouth, but I'm going to like fill your cup with so much, and sometimes Joe's like, bring it down, Andrea, bring it down. I hope that we can make the most out of this 45 minutes together. And so I'm going to just start. I am recording, right? Yes. Okay, I did that. I forget sometimes. But what Amy just said, or just did for us, and taking that leadership role, I have to tell you, once I started to do that more and more at our meetings, and this is your meeting. You as a senior consultant, you as a star, we want you to be taking part to this meeting and to grow your confidence. And Miss Kathy's on, haven't seen you in a while. Hi, sweetie. Because this is where you then start to say, what is my passion and what is my platform going to be used for? So I'm going to do something that's actually not in my notes, but what Amy just said about our marketing call after this call is all about making a difference in people's lives. So I'm going to play this video. It wasn't planned, and then I'm going to share with you why I thought this video was so powerful. So I got a screen share here. Screen share optimized for full video clip. And sorry, what am I doing?
We were driving towards Punaka. So on the way, I saw this old grandmother. It's freezing cold. It was like about 2 degrees Celsius outside. And she had a shirt which was very huge. She had a wrapper which is not even covering her legs. She was walking barefooted, and I went to her feet. I could literally feel her feet it felt like stone. She couldn't even, I'm pretty sure she couldn't even feel the pain from walking on stones and broken things, broken materials. She kept on mentioning about being cold, and I think she's about 87. That's what the people told me at the restaurant. So we head there to the restaurant, and she sits down. She looks so adorable, to be honest. And then restaurant, he tells me that she hasn't eaten for 4 days. For 4 days. Nobody bothered her to give her some food. People complain that they haven't had food for a whole day, and it's such a big issue. But she, being 87 years old, she hasn't eaten for 4 days. She ate it the way she ate it. She was so hungry, and I don't know how long she's gonna live with that condition. I mean, I know she's old, but she deserves better than that. As a people, as being in one country, as a small country, we need to help each other out. We need to give. We need to share. We need to learn how to share. We have enough. We complain about our electronics. We complain about stuffs we don't have. We complain about little things, and there are people who can't even have food for 4 days, like 4 days. Her chest was bare open, just.
All right, well, if that one didn't make you cry, I don't think you are human. Why did I share that? We can look at our Mary Kay business and say, oh, I have to pick up the phone, or I have to call, I have to make sales. And I think that this time of year, I'm not going to cry, but I think this time of year, it's so important. You don't have to do anything with your business, you guys. But what if you did something so great that you could give more and help people? I think all of us have causes that we care about. And yet Mary Kay is up in heaven saying, use what I created for the good of others, not just to get ahead financially. Yeah, that helps us to not think so much about ourselves, right? Maslowian law here. When our basic needs are met, we're totally able to think more on others. And many of us have more than enough, and we're so content. It's almost that this is a bother at times. Calling in and being on a Monday call is a bother. And I just hope that I can open your thinking to a different thought, which is in the presence of Christmas, especially around the corner. We have Hanukkah. In the presence of being a giver and being around people who need, we have something that throughout the whole year, we can create things out of nothing. Out of our starter kit, we can create. And having a true message, a true calling, if you will, for your, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. But if you have something that is deep in your heart that you care about, use your Mary Kay. Use this gift to share the products, not to sell people, but to create. Hey, if you liked it, by the way, I really believe truly in helping these children who are being trafficked, and I want to make a difference. And so you today, anything you see, purchasing a set means more can go back to this organization. I can give more people extra tips during the holiday. I hope that somehow you will start to think about your Mary Kay in a different way, because I will work oftentimes harder for my family than I will for my own needs. Who here is also like that? Anybody? Maybe start there. Maybe start there. And Amy just got me so inspired. I wanted to say that because why do we share our company? Because maybe the woman who's going to be on the call after this is also perfectly content. But that's not where we're getting to be sharpened. God doesn't want us to be so content that we aren't using our gifts. There are ways that we can promote our Mary Kay business, not just for ourselves. And then there are those of us who, doggone it, we need to put some money in the bank. We need to pay off some debt. And if that motivates you, excellent. But I will tell you, a lot of you I talk to on a daily basis, and I'm just gonna share. Elizabeth was so transparent today, and she said, Andrea, I gotta be honest. What really resonates in my soul isn't the sales. I mean, yeah, of course, I'm going to want that eventually. She said, but I want to come to my friends, because she's just starting her business. I want to come to my friends and not feel like there is any kind of monetary desire. And I said, that's beautiful. And that's important for all of us to get clear on. So I'm gonna come back to that in just a little bit. But Amy totally inspired me. Thank you, my dear. And I have muted everybody. So if anybody wants to say anything, just do the little chat, because I might not see your hand. And I want to make sure you have an opportunity to ask something. Okay, I think there's two other announcements that I've got to talk about before I celebrate all of our achievers this past week. And I'm going to screen share one more time, because where's my screen share? This one is awesome. This one is the new DIQ rules. Okay, how can I move this? And then go here. And look at this. Okay, that's really small. Sorry about that. 10 and you're in. We told you things were going to be changing, but thankfully they didn't change too much. And this is exciting. Here's what this means. You may be sitting here right now saying, I don't even know if I want to be a red jacket, or maybe I haven't even achieved red jacket in forever, or I'm not in that position right now. Dream bigger than what you currently think you can do. And I truly think that when we start to stretch ourselves and allow God to show up, it's more exciting. 10 and you're in means you have 10 personal recruits at the end of the month. It doesn't matter which month, but this will begin on January. So if you currently have, 1 or 2 recruits, when you finish with 10 active team members at the end of a month, then the following month, you can enter DIQ, Director in Qualification, to become a sales director like Joanna and myself and Terry, who is Robin's director. And at that point, you and all of your second line. So for example, if I was a team leader with 10 and D is personally on my team, and then that was January 31st, come February, I am now DIQ. D is my personal, so she's one of my 10, but D's recruit, Lynn, is also counted. So now we're at 11. And as long as you and your 11 or 10 personals plus your second line grow to 24, you have 3 months total. Minimum each month has to be 4,000 in wholesale production. So what that means is you can only do 3,000 personal sales, but your team puts in their orders. Minimum of 4,000 keeps you in DIQ. And over the course of 1, 2, or 3 months, you and your team have a total of 13,500. Now, if you personally are selling, because if you're going to be a director, you've got to be willing to do it all yourself, basically. And so you've got to be doing all of these parties and sharing how they can also use this business as a side hustle or create a business that will allow to get rid of another job or to supplement at a higher level. And as you add people to your team, their orders help you get to that 13.5. But you being the speed of the leader, speed of the gang, having 3,000 maximum, that means you're responsible. Your team is now responsible for 10,500 in wholesale. So that is those are the new rules. And it's just exciting to be a sales director. You have so many more levels of income. I should actually pull this out. Let me pull this out real fast. Right above, this is our director paycheck. So all of these are our bonuses. Now, I know you can't read them because they're a little bit backwards, but look at all the extra. I mean, look, I'm still showing you more bonuses. Oh my gosh, my arm's almost to the ceiling. I mean, the bonuses, there's so many ways of earning income as a sales director. That's one of the best parts. When you start to find what you're good at, as a consultant, you've got to be good at 2 main things, selling and recruiting. When you become a sales director, you start to find, like, I'm really good at things that maybe Joanna is good at other things. But as a sales director, you can find other ways to increase your income besides just selling and besides just recruiting. That's fun to me. You get to expand your creative zone. And that really was one reason I wanted to become a director. So that's an announcement that was not on Amy's list. The second announcement that was not on Amy's list, but you guys got to get this done, is the PCP. Raise your hand if you've already, it's not the drugs. You know what PCP is, and you already signed up for it. Okay, good. I can't see everybody. But preferred customer program is what PCP stands for. Every single quarter, we sign up our customers, 75 cents per, it might be 70, but anyway, you sign up each customer. Mary Kay sends them the latest lookbook. This will be the latest lookbook. And inside of it will be a sample. So what I want to tell you is the sample this time, okay, it's right here, is the Volufill Wrinkle Filler. Okay, so this is a great way to increase your sales in, it'll be hitting January. Am I wrong? I'm wrong on this. It's not this one. This one already came out. My apologies. So this one already came out. The next one, I don't know what the sample is. I'll have to look it up. But this one was the sample of the Voluform, which is probably why I'm getting so many sales of it. The sample is included. Plus on the very back, it has a little note to your customer, and it says, Susie, I can't wait to show you all the brand new products. Call me with your order so you can receive a gift. And it really is, it's an easy way for you to be servicing your customers and, of course, increase your sales, especially if you follow up. So the deadline is December 16. Any questions on that? Okay, great. I think it's time for, oh, I don't even have my, oh my gosh, where are my goggles? Okay, just imagine. They're not goggles. What are those things called? Those binoculars. Okay, we're doing in the field without my hat tonight. And I'm super excited. Zulema has been in the field. Joanna was so proud of what you guys got to do. And I believe you did some holiday makeovers. So that's super exciting. Isn't it fun? I gotta unmute you because, no, you don't want to unmute. Okay, I won't unmute you. Hey, by the way, Sarah said she would be on the calls because she's fluent in Spanish, so she can translate. Awesome. Okay, so Jules also had a vendor event this Saturday at her gym. I can't wait to hear if you are, she's on the phone, so I can't see her. And Jamie Bulliard had a holiday gift show. Oh, it canceled due to the weather, but she had her hostess take a basket of gifts to her office to sell for Jamie. Awesome. Sarah had a double facial, and I'm so proud. Dee, okay, I had to have some mothering with Dee, and she's still recovering from back surgery. And listen to this hot chick. She booked, let me see if I've got to get my my notes from Dee. She was like booking, and I think she said she booked a party, and my clients understand that her back, so she's just been on the couch, using her phone, getting caught up on Facebook, booking and getting the word out. I'm so proud of Dee. And then I want to share, oh, did I close it? No, I didn't close it. Okay, so I'm going to screen share. And we're going to listen to one really fun.
Hi, Joanna. This is Amy. I'm just giving you a quick call just to say thanks for that little surprise last week. Also, just wanted to let you know that I have a friend, Brittany Carr, signing on to the Christmas cash call after a regular training at 9 p.m. And she's an awesome lady. She's been facialed several times, and she loves color. So she's going to be listening for a lipstick this evening. And again, that one is going to be for Rosewood. So hopefully all goes well. If you have any questions, let me.
Okay, I think that was awesome. So let me stop my screen share. So she's been booking, and booking, and she has somebody calling in after this call. So way to go, Amy. Congrats. I think also we got some jewelry winners, and this month, don't forget, we are focused on all of the bling bling, the dazzling December. I believe Sayonara has already earned the jewelry. Elizama Campos, I hope I said that right. Valerie Saucedo, Francine Eisenman, they're all You Can Do It jewelry winners already. And let's see, who is a star? We've got Joanna, Jamie, Amy, and Francine are already Sapphire stars. Let's see, tonight's the 9th. So we have 6 days left till star deadline, the 15th of December. And, you know, it never ceases to amaze me how many people really find, like they dig deep to stretch for star. And I've never been that kind of person. Like I just the panic of, doing last minute things. I'd rather stretch it out and do a little and not be so worried. But it's exciting. It's really, really exciting because the hardest decision is just saying, yes, I'm going to go for it. I have nothing to lose. I'm going to go for it. And I will never forget when Mel did this in Colorado. She only had 5 days and she was 1,800. She had nothing in. Many of you have already ordered for the quarter. She had nothing in. And what did she do? She was a swim instructor and she had tons of parents. So she had great relationships with a lot of the parents. And so she would talk the last 4 days. She talked to almost all the men. She said, look, I will help hook up your wife with amazing holiday gifts. And she finished her star. So you got to just make the decision. And in a couple minutes, I'll give you some better scripts to do that. Ruby Star, we don't have any, but we do have Linda Mead as a Diamond Star, Emerald Star, Charisse, and myself. And pray for Charisse. I got a note that her Tia is in hospice and she is flying to California. I also wanted to say that we have some other prayer requests and also some praises, but my Betty Johnson, she has esophageal cancer. It is in remission, so that's a praise. And at the same time, she is doing some cryo spray, pretty neat research, and they're still working on preventing it from coming back. And then Melissa Gonzalez, her daughter and her husband, both have been diagnosed with cancer at the same time. So just continue to pray for them. I know Dee is on the call. She's healing beautifully, but we all need our prayers. And as we set big goals, I think that the enemy just tries to step in and derail us. Okay, new for team building. I know Amy is working on that and sharing tonight. That's exciting. If you want to change your business, if you ever want to just change the face of your business, Joanna said this to me in the very beginning. I was getting down. I was losing my joy. And she said, when do you think in your course of your business, when do you think you have the most joy? And I answered correctly. I said, when I recruit somebody. And she said, yes. Because then you're responsible for helping her in the very beginning. You can't help but see life with fresh eyes. And that's really what keeps us going. Every time that we share our business, it reminds us of why we said yes. So sometimes I don't believe that it's really even to recruit them. It's to re-recruit us. So sharing on a daily basis or a weekly basis is so, so powerful. And I'm proud of Amy for having a guest on. So star recruiters, we got Marcia Stevens, we got Linda Voss. Team leaders, that means that they have 5 on their team. Sarah Thompson, Jackie Eisenman, and Sayonara. Okay, let's celebrate who gets some MK bucks from last week. So if you're on live tonight, we've got, of course, I've got Robin, Arlene, Amy D, Joan, Jules, Kathy, Zulema, and I have a 207 that I don't know your name, but you get to give yourself 5 MK bucks. Turning in your weekly accomplishment sheet, you also get to give yourself 5 bucks. Amy, Joan, Debbie, Arlene, Zulema, and Elisa and Jules. $10 for the Queen of Sales this week goes to Jules Shaw. Yay, Jules. Great job. Okay, and I think I have to say this is the last month that the $100 bonus is going to be given from corporate for being a new Red Jacket. So check yourself, check your new team members. The $100 bonus ends, but also the Bestie program ends. And I think Amy already announced that. Okay, let me just transition here into education. So before I do, I'm going to unmute. And if you guys have any questions on what we've covered thus far, go ahead and ask. Okay, you might have, well, that didn't work. Oh, unmute, sorry. Okay, anybody have any questions so far? Okay. Oh, you guys are such good students. Okay, I'm going to mute you again. Okay, so here's the deal. I have a hard time getting it all in because I want to give you so much, but I do have to stick to my guns. And the focus tonight, I was really going to talk more about husband and last minute sales. And that was something that Joanna felt really strongly about. We have time. We have plenty of time. Okay, everybody, we're going to take 3 deep breaths together, okay? Like really deep breaths, okay? On the mark, get set, go. 1, 2, 3. We have time. We have so much time. You got this. All it takes is making a decision. But we got to breathe. And anytime you start to get a little panicky, you get your kids got their panties in a wad, take some deep breaths, because without oxygen, the brain can't think. We can't even come up with solutions. So I'm going to start with what Jo is very good at. She's gifted with her words, but she's really, really confident. And I think all of us, when we're in her presence, we get more confident. I think it's just beautiful. But again, it's what happens when you hang out with people of, where you want to be and people you want to be like. So find a way to be in the space of greatness. I want to tell you, I'm reading my notes, but these are some things that we chatted about the other day when we talked about tonight's call. And she said, Andrea, these calls that we're following up with or doing to the husbands can be as simple as, even if we're bumping into the guys at the annual Christmas party. I had a Christmas party the other night. And so these moments, it could be at church. Joanna said she went out of her way. She said, hey, I know we're at church. I don't really do business at church, but I wanted just to make sure that no pressure, but I'm here. I got your wife's list of things that she really wanted. And this is some of the conversation that she had. So I'm going to read my notes, but just know that when I mentioned this to my unit the other day, when you're on these calls, I'm hoping that you're really listening. And if you are a visual learner like myself, you're going to probably listen. But if I asked you to immediately restate it or teach me, you probably didn't quite get it. So if this might help you, this is what I do. I go back, I actually watch the video, I write down word for word what that person said, and then I close my eyes and I actually say those words out loud. And I say them until I got it. So I did this with Joanna, and obviously I didn't practice it enough, but I'm just going to read it because I don't want to mess up. So one of the things that she had said about husbands, and I had asked her, I said, but what if they said, oh, I'll just think about it? Okay, anybody ever have that kind of conversation? I mean, or maybe your dentist. So I'll start with this, was the dentist, and she said, I love to do business with people who do business with me, and I really appreciate all of the support that you've given me. And I just appreciate all that you've done as my dentist, and I would love your support over the holidays. And at that point I said, but Jo, like, normally they'll just say, oh, okay, I'll think about it. And I said, what do you do then? So here's how she transitioned. She says, oh, okay, so how can we get you completely squared away for the holidays? So the doctor might say, okay, I'll think about it. And Joanna will say, okay, so, while you're thinking about it, how can we completely get you squared away for the holidays? And just that question alone, she said, people oftentimes will reply, well, what exactly do you offer? What exactly do you have in mind? And so some of the comments that she said is, well, how much is your wife's love worth to you? I think she can say that much better than I can, but I really love it. And I believe if we practice, it'll become our own words. Well, how much is your wife's love worth to you? I can get better at that one. And of course, she says she smiles with a big smile on her face, and it always gets them laughing. Or she'll say, well, how much is your budget? And so that is a great way just to have him think about it. And she then says, well, while you're thinking about it, she said, I do things for like $10 stocking stuffers all the way up to the most amazing gifts that will absolutely make you her hero for the entire year. And so I'm really afraid of messing this up because she's going to watch me. So I'm trying to read the notes that she had said as we practiced together. She said that it really just opens their mind. So going back again, she would say things like, oh, I really thank you for all the support you've done as my dentist. I love supporting people who support me. So how are you, how do we have you, hold on one second. Hey, I can't talk and have all this. Okay. Okay, ready? Whew, I'm so nervous. Y'all give me some love. Okay, good. Okay, I'm so nervous because this isn't my word yet, okay? So we're going to start over. So she will say, thank you so much for being my dentist. I think if I don't look at you. Anybody else have stage fright? Am I the only one? Okay, y'all are all laughing at me. Okay, I am so much better on the phone than I am on video. So I'm just going to do this because now I can't see you and now I can actually just focus. Okay, so she will say, and I'm not going to look at you because I can't think when I'm having people stare at me. So thank you so much for being my dentist. I mean, you're always taking care of me. You're taking care of all of my family. And I love supporting people who do business with me. So I just wanted to check, how are we doing with all of your holidays? How can I make sure you're completely squared away? Okay. So that's sort of like how she would start it. Did that sound better? That sounded better, didn't it? It was much natural because I wasn't looking at all y'all. From there, if people said, oh, I'm just not so sure, then she just normally says, well, it's okay, just think about it. We can do anything from like a stocking stuffer all the way up to a 12 Days of Christmas, which starts pretty soon. You can even, make sure that you, I know you have her pillow gift. So make sure that that's on there. And at that point, normally they're like, huh, what? Pillow? What's that? And that's where you get the opportunity to open up talking about, well, pillow gift, And this is what you got to practice. You got to get that little extra energy, okay? Because when Joanna does this, you're just like, you're salivating because she's so good. But we're all good. It just means we have to have a little practice. Well, the pillow gift. After the day is over and she's worked so hard making all the food, putting all the gifts under the tree, and of course she's the one staying up late doing all of the wrapping. All of the house is cleaned, the linens are all done. She goes off to do her shower and you surprise her with a little extra pillow gift. So on there, the tagline is nothing more because you are my true everyday gift of the year. So that's another way to do the pillow gift. So that's what Joanna wanted me to cover. I think she should be on here doing that every single year because she's fabulous at it. But y'all just send me some love because that wasn't my skill. My skill set is a little differently. But thank you, Zulema. You're so sweet. But I will tell you, okay, so here's where I want to take it. I think when you're doing your weekly accomplishment sheets, if you're not pulling them out this time of year, then that's where you may want to find yourself moving forward. I can remember being a new consultant. I didn't have husbands that I could call, or I didn't know a lot of husbands because I had single people, or I just didn't have a customer base. So a couple of things that I'm going to encourage you to do. Get out your box. Okay? Get out your customer file box. And this is the time of year, at the very beginning of my customer file box, this is where I have people who didn't purchase throughout the year. Now on the back side, I have what they liked. And I also have lists of people, I never even called these people. Oh my gosh, just realized that. So you've got people to follow up and say, oh my gosh, Yvonne, I'm so excited to give you a call because I know how busy you are. She owns a bakery. And it is the time of year to make sure you're looking your best for all the family photos, for all of the parties. But of course, you probably have some last minute things that you might need to give as gifts. And I just wanted to reach out and make sure that you are 100% stocked. You don't have to stop by CVS. You don't have to run into the grocery store frantic or Ulta like, I forgot my mascara, or oh no, I need a body lotion. So I wanted to give a quick call and just make sure you are all taken care of. Now she may say, oh yeah, I'm great. And then I can always segue into, oh my gosh, well, in case you didn't hear, I'm doing my New Year, New You makeovers, and I'm starting next week because New Year's, everybody has a place to go. Is there any reason why we couldn't fill you into one of my 2 openings? So at least you're connecting with some people that you might not even think you have on your list. So go back through your weekly accomplishment sheets. Here's something that I think is really important. When you're doing your weekly accomplishment sheets, put everyone's name that was at the party, even if they purchased 0. I used those when I was in DIQ because I would go back through my weekly accomplishment sheets and I would remind myself, you get very busy when you're building up your business and you're not going to remember every single person who came and only bought a lip gloss or loved it, but said that they need to think about it. Maybe their second appointment, they canceled. Maybe they just, just fell off your radar. So this is that moment to go back and to find these names and to follow up and even creating a special. Yvonne loved the 3D. I could easily say, I have got the most exciting special, and I know you never took the time to invest in your skin with Mary Kay, but I know you wanted to. So I thought I would reach out and just let you know the special, because nobody wants the fear of missing out, right? Fear of missing out. I thought it was something else. But anyhow, the fear of missing out is a big deal. Nobody wants to miss out. And you can be creative and reach out to those people. They may have even she put her husband Derek. So sometimes we're not even paying attention to all the names and numbers of significant friends. It could be a bestie. I just was thinking on social media too. When we're posting things on social media, I'm getting close on my time, and sometimes I go a little blank, but I did want to tell you, when you're posting things on social media, do not post always asking for things. Be giving. But if people reply, there's an N right there. Don't miss these opportunities to have a win in the month of December. If somebody responds, oh, that looks really good, or looks relaxing, that's when you private message them and you say, oh my gosh, Amy, it was so good to hear from you. And I noticed that you commented, have you ever tried a sample of it? I would absolutely love to put one in the mail. Oh my gosh, is there a way I could pop it over? I'd love to hug your neck. If I could get face to face with her, I'm totally gonna do that. She says yes to me. Oh, that would be really fun. Can you bring it at lunch or during the day? And I would eat, and I would definitely make the trip to do so. As soon as I have a yes, I would then say, well, I can come over Tuesday and drop off a sample, but I had an opening on Wednesday for a pampering. And this time of year, I know how busy you are. I know how busy all the moms are, that I'm doing some spoiling for all the moms. Would you love to come over for a quick 45-minute pampering session? It would be so great to have you. I've just opened that door to a new booking. It's not holiday sales. It's not wrapping up a 12 days of Christmas. It's booking, but I'm using my connections and that conversation. So don't miss those awesome opportunities. If you're posting on social media, here's the last thing I'll say about that. Make sure you try to do something where responses can occur. And I'm just as much of a culprit. Don't just post stuff, but try to post something with, hey, you guys, what do you think about this or this? Get people to engage, because then you have more of a reason to do a follow-up personal message. Yes? Y'all with me there? Okay, another idea with social media. And Joe's talked about this, but I had 2 birthdays pop up today for people that I speak to, but they're not my customers. So ding, 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 stars on my focus, and so is sharing the business. So I reached out and I said, hey, you have a birthday gift from me. It could be any price, you guys. I just said, go to my website and make sure you shop. Now, it's not enough to get all the goods, so I know she's gonna buy something extra, but it allows me to then open the door for more of those samples or more product presentation in a facial. Okay, Robin asked a great question, and a couple weeks ago I mentioned my phone facial. Anybody else curious on my phone facials? I've actually used those for years. I told Dee, if you do not have a face-to-face appointment with your travel roll-up bag, it's in the other room. You use that travel roll-up bag and you let them take that. Oh, I'm getting chats. Hold on, I'm missing all these chats. I'm kicking myself. Okay. Sorry, that was a private message, but it just came through. So, Dee, I told Dee, take your travel roll-up bag and call up your girlfriend and say, look, I want to do a phone facial. Come pick up the travel roll-up bag because she's not able to drive, and let her borrow it for the night. I did this so many times. If I didn't have a face-to-face and I could do a phone call, I would let her borrow my full travel bag, and I would then have her, or I'd pick it up the next day. And I would do the ultimate miracle set, just like we would do in a face-to-face facial. Now, if I'm sending it to her, I'm gonna send her, generally, I have the company samples. So I would send her the 3D. I try to keep it simple. If she's a repair, I would send her the repair sample. That's what we have to invest in for section 2. Microdermabrasion always. I do not do revealing peel first. I love it, but I think that the microdermabrasion is a lot more effective for quick visible evidence that you sell more quickly. So I do the ultimate repair or the ultimate miracle set. I also put in there a color card. I put in there the charcoal mask because I'll have her do that the next day. I will put in there the mascara. If she's somebody I really, really want as a full customer, I might give her the miniature eye makeup remover as the gift for being a phone facial. And I have a 24-hour special, just like you do for your parties. I have the same 3 ways to join my organization, but I have all of my things I have saved as a picture. So I text as I'm talking to her on the phone, and I just put it on speakerphone. If you want to do Zoom and do this way, you can do it that way, but I generally do on the phone, and then I'm texting her the visuals, and I'm texting her the visuals of what's good about the 3D, texting her visuals on the before and after for the microdermabrasion, or before and after for the new hydrogel eye patches. I'm texting her what is the eye mites and why eye makeup remover is so important. So all of these pictures that I have at my Facebook page, I save on my phone, and then I'm sending. And then, of course, I send her the 3 ways you can join my organization, the hostess rewards, and, of course, the specials at the very end. My travel roll-up bag, my princess bag, and my ultimate, or my 3D set for $110. Okay, so that's that. Any questions there? Okay, let me finish up by I've got 8 more minutes. Oh, I'm not gonna get through everything. That's okay. So when I was thinking this morning, and it's so easy sometimes to listen to Joe, to listen to me. We have a stronger customer base, but I go back to when I started. I didn't have anybody to call. How was I gonna finish STAR? I don't know anybody. I don't have the strongest customer base yet. Well, I want you to know I did reach out to people that I already spoke to in a casual way. I worked in the hospital, and I had some connections just with people who were in the hospital. Some were men. And that's where, of course, it's easy to say, hey, Joe, you're always here. I know you're not going to have time to go to the mall. And I started my business with Mary Kay. I would absolutely love to help make you the hero for your wife or your daughters, whatnot. How can I help square you away for the holidays? Well, then there was Fran. Fran was a receptionist. So I did the same thing with Fran. Fran, you're always working, and I would really love to help be of service for you. I don't know if you know this, but I started my business with Mary Kay, and my gift giving service is one of the best of the year. There's a 100% guarantee on everything, and I can help you with stocking stuffers, or of course, any of your daughters, even you, You might have some things that you need to prepare for the events. You don't have time to go to Ulta. Let me be your traveling Ulta. And that's just what I started to do. But there was one thing that if I was to back up, and I want to show you something. If I was to back up, the other thing that I started way before that was I tried to figure out what was my win going to be. And I did this morning with Elizabeth. So I think this is where I want to finish, because setting goals and finding a win is a skill you develop. And some of you have been told what your win is going to be, star or maybe DIQ. But I want you to know that until it comes from within, until it comes from you, if it feels heavy just to do it, then you're not being authentic with yourself. So what I said this morning to Elizabeth is, what will you say by the end of December? You could say the 15th if star is important to you. What is it that you would settle for? Now I know that might not be music to Joanna's ears, but I just want to go a little deeper. What would you settle for this month? Start there. When she and I had that conversation, she said, you know what? I said 15 at the earlier of the month, and that's sort of big. I haven't done 15 faces in a long time. I would settle for, and she told me 7. I said, great. Now we have an authentic goal. Now we have something that, how does that feel? Is it heavy, or do you feel light about that? Do you feel sort of excited? She said, I really feel excited. So I want to just give you permission to start looking at, if you're saying something, even for the sake that you want to prove to yourself that you're not, settling, I really want you to go with the authentic self is going to move more freely and with joy. And anybody want joy this holiday season? Let's really start to be authentic with what is it that brings us joy. And our goals, and aligning our goals with that, will then produce even more than 7 faces, because you're doing it authentically. It's what's bringing you excitement, and you know that this is something that you can have as a win. So as you start to design, I hope you'll pick up your pen right now and just say, what is it that you'll settle for? If 7 faces, here's where I'm going to push you a little bit. I want you to bump it up 10%, maybe even 20%. Let God show up by pushing yourself just a little bit, where you know you can hit the 7, but man, what would it feel like if you had 10? Set that. And then every single day, this is my daily little accountability, and I just folded it actually. So this is it, and I have my sheet of who I'm calling, and has everybody on the back, and I keep myself organized that way. So at the very top, I wrote down my goal. I wrote down what it is that I'm not going to settle. I'm settling for this, and then I'm going to push myself. Now, I don't want you to think I'm bringing you down. I don't want you to think I'm not encouraging you to dream big, but I'm hoping you will hear that some of us are dreaming so big that we haven't been consistent on anything great. Is this making sense to anybody? What if we could hit this consistently and feel like $1 million? And oh my gosh, 20 faces? That's not hard. I can do that because I've already done 10 consistently. Oh my gosh, a $5,000 month? No problem, because I've already done 2,000 consistently. And that win is going to give you more than setting these huge big goals and falling short. Setting a huge big goal and falling short. Are y'all feeling like the I don't know, that's just like depressing. But when you can have a win, and then it's just absolutely natural to tell 3 or 4 people, you can do this too. Oh my gosh, you could change your whole future. You could get rid of those 2 extra side hustles. Your husband could easily quit his 3rd job. There are so many people right now who are having 2 or 3 different gigs on the side, and it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It's pretty crazy. So we have got a gift, and if that will help you, just where to start, figure out. When you say to yourself, this is my last thing, I promise, this is my last thing, I say to myself often, what is it that I really want? When I start to feel a little heavy and I don't want to get on the phone, or I don't want to talk about my products to anybody, I start to say, what is it that I really want? I don't want to have any pressure. I don't want to have any kind of boss tell me when I have to work. I want to be able to go to my kid's event, or if there's a last minute, hey mom, can you take me to the movies? I want to be able to go to the movies with my kids. I love to be able to have that freedom and flexibility. But to have that, I've got to be willing to do something. So to think about what I really want brings me so much joy that to do my 10 dials and to have my appointments set up is fun, because I know I have a life that allows me to have that kind of flexibility, that kind of sisterhood, and the income. So find out for yourself, what is it? I absolutely want $5,000 a month. Okay, we can create a plan that works with that, but you've got to start looking at what do you really want, and what will it be? Just, I don't want to say what, I have a hard time with the settle thing, but that was the only way I can communicate it earlier. What will you settle for this month? And then bump it up a little bit. Because when you can say, okay, I'm not going to sell less than 250 this week. Great. If you hit that goal tonight, don't stop. You see, then you're like, hey, I already hit that goal. Okay, maybe I could do another 100. Oh my gosh, maybe another 100. Now it's only Thursday and you've gotten $200 higher than what you thought you could. Is this making any sense? Okay. Is this helping anybody? I'm going to unmute. We're at the end of our time. I'm going to unmute you guys because, how do I do it? There it is. I don't like talking the whole time. I like you guys talking. Do you feel like you're able to have a win this month?
Yes.
Talk to me about some wins. Who's got a win that they're excited to achieve? Kathy, was that you? What's your win? Oh, it wasn't Kathy. Who answered that?
Kathy.
It was Kathy. What's a win that you're excited about?
Tomorrow night, I'm having I'm sorry, I'm like, duh. A pre-holiday sale.
Hold on. There's too much. I don't know what that Okay, let's try that again. Nope, that didn't work. I've got to mute everybody and then unmute Kathy because that was too much. Okay, go ahead, Kathy.
So I'm having an open house, but it's a sale open house. And I've been giving out my invitations to everybody with a ticket on it to enter to win a prize. And I've told everybody that I've invited, people I know, people I don't know. For every person that they bring as a guest, I'll give them $5 in product.
Okay.
So I'm excited about tomorrow night because
how many RSVPs did you get?
I mean, what?
How many RSVPs?
5 so far that are each bringing one.
Okay. There was one thing I heard that concerns me. Are you open to letting me share?
Of course.
Well, when you said, I hope you'll come and this is what you'll get,
that's not how I did it.
Okay. Are you actually having them commit to a time?
Yeah. So what I did was I have the invitation. If it's somebody I don't know, I'm like, hi, I'm having this huge open house tomorrow night. The, different sales are on the back. And for every person you bring as a friend, you will get $5 toward your product.
Okay.
Now, and it says RSVP, but then I would get their name and number.
Okay, so you're inviting new people that are not currently your top.
Oh yeah, no, I invited everybody in Walmart.
Okay, so this is great. So when you're looking at your month, and this is what will happen when you're a new car driver or a new director, this is really important. And thank you, Kathy, because you've got to be working in different ways to attract business until you start to have momentum with solid parties. And this is so good because you've got to be creative. So what Kathy is doing is an open house to attract new people, but she isn't forgetting about her regular customers that she's meeting out and about, or referrals, and making sure they go through the pipeline of calling for beauty experiences and setting them up individually. Right, Kathy? Are you doing it that way as well?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then also you've got your other pipeline of, oh, maybe I'll spend about 5-10 minutes calling some of the husbands. Who have I not reached out to? Oh, and another pipeline, birthdays. Who's got birthdays? I mean, we've got things that we've got to make sure that the birthday girl has, not just Christmas. So there's different pipelines that you're working and marketing through. And I hope that that's what you're hearing with Kathy. Good. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
For sure. For sure. Okay, good. I have to tell you, if you are not on my Facebook group, I invite you to do it, because there were some things I get a little, and forgive me for just being sort of transparent here, but I actually do have some stage fright at times. And so I don't feel like I gave you the best part of what Joanna wanted me to cover. But I will tell you that I had a article I read from Direct Selling News, and it talked about how we can stay relevant in network marketing going forward and what we learned in 2019. And I'm going to share some of that because I didn't get to it tonight. I wanted to leave you with how to talk to the husbands, and also how do you find a win in the month of December. It doesn't have to be just sales. So I'm going to leave that on my Facebook tomorrow, and you're welcome to watch it. You're welcome to be a part of that. But I think in the ending of having a win, your win can also be, this is the month, this is the time. Think about what you want your life to look like. Let's revisit that, because as you're connecting and making calls and you're trying to sell towards STAR, let's not forget the personal growth. If you're like me and get inspired when you start to learn and grow and set your sights on what you want for the next 6 months, some of the downtime that you're going to have in the next week or two can also be a win, because you can fill your cup with some education. Anybody else a learner? Anybody else like to do that? I'm a learner. One of my one of my traits. So I'm also, right now, as I'm sort of juggling a couple things, I like to juggle. 3 things is what they say you can juggle well at the most. But I also encourage you to start looking at, what are you pouring into you that's going to get you really clear on your goals for the next 6 months. And maybe you want to tap into Deb Erickson. Maybe you want to go back to your Mary Kay University. Maybe it's some energy work. Deb Erickson is a little bit like that. Maybe it's a Tony Robbins. Maybe it's looking at some podcasts. So whatever you're doing, if you want to talk a little bit more, I'd be happy to do that. But I encourage you to also incorporate, that's a huge win, because the downtime that you might have on Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas, you will be able to set yourself up with some powerful vision as you create the next 6 months. So I guess that's all I have for tonight. Any questions or thoughts? I'll unmute everybody. Somebody share. Let's have 3 people share something, a good takeaway. Who might want to start? Amy.
So I just have to say, husbands are a great asset this time of year. So really, that's a great thing. And Joe's right, Dre's right. Just go out and find some guys. They're really clueless, so you make them look good, and it takes the pressure off them too. And it fills our pocketbook, our pocketbooks up as well. So it's great to just help them out, because it helps us in the long run.
And get a couple wrapped up so you're already ready to go. Anybody else have a takeaway? Oh, not everybody's muted. Okay. Anybody? Well, thank you. I know it's 6:06. Oh, Joan, you want to share something?
Well, I like the part where you were going back and looking at customers that you hadn't contacted in a while.
Okay, good. Again, a win when sometimes we think we're dead in the water. You're not. Absolutely. Good. And I'm sure we'll come up with more ideas, but I just love you guys. Thanks for just allowing me to share tonight. Thank you, Zulema. You're the sweetest. I feel the love. So thanks, guys. Finish star. Be awesome. Find your win for this month.